Eagle Eyes, Jennifer here.
Jennifer, listen. Richview needs your help. A crime's been committed that we can't solve, but maybe you can.
We'll sure try, Chief Barnes. What happened?
Last night someone broke into Brass Monkey Antiques and stole an antique violin, but nothing else. They didn't even take the money in the cash register. They left no clues. I was wondering if you could quietly check out all the violin players in Richview. Maybe you can discover some clues that we've missed.
Wow, an official detective assignment from Chief Barnes. Let's go. I thought I heard people playing the violin in here. It's Cheryl Hain and the Kennedy School music teacher, Ms. Scherzo. Hello, Ms. Scherzo. I want to ask my parents for permission to learn to play the violin. Do you have room for more students?
Perhaps. You'll have to sign up for classes next semester. Have you already got a violin?
I think my mother has an old one at home.
Be sure to have her take care of it. Many old violins are quite beautiful. Valuable, too. Some old handcrafted violins are worth thousands of dollars.
That's really interesting. Could we look at your violin?
I don't have it with me. Maybe some other time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must help Cheryl with her practice.
Hi, Cheryl. Sounds like you're practicing hard.
Yes, maybe too hard. Although Miss Scherzo says that's not possible. I wish I had large hands like hers. It would make the violin a lot easier to play.
You have a nice violin. Have you had it for a while?
No, I just got it 2 months ago for the recital coming up. I'm still getting used to it.
Listen, there's a man playing the violin for the shoppers in the mall. Excuse me, sir. That seems to be a very fine violin. Have you played it very long?
This old fiddle? Actually, I borrowed it from my friend, Ms. Scherzo. Youngsters interested in learning to play the fiddle?
Maybe. You sure make it seem fun. What's your name?
Ben Plunkett, at your service. I guess I ought to tell you a fiddle and a violin are two names for the same thing. You just call it different things when you play different kinds of music. Feel free to look at my fiddle if you want.
I think I can read the tags on some of those violins. The one on the right belongs to Troy Nguyen, and the violin on the left belongs to Kathy Bragg. But neither violin has any unusual carving on it. We won't tell Miss Polari that we know the violin was stolen. Let's see what she has to tell us.
Hello, kids. Perhaps you young sleuths can help me. Somebody stole a violin from the shop last night. The violin and bow were hanging up here, in open sight. I've had them for quite some time now. The bridge, the bit of wood that holds the strings above the body, was carved to look like a snake. Last night someone broke the window over there, unlatched the lock, then crawled in and took an antique violin and bow. Nothing else was missing, and the police couldn't find any clues. Please, take a look around if you think you can help.
Look! My hand barely fits through the hole they made in the window. Whoever reached through to unlock the window has to be my size or smaller. Who was the first person to play a violin, I wonder? Was the person's name Mr. or Mrs. Violi?
Well, hello, you two. Jennifer, that book on castles you requested came in. Would you like to check it out?
Thanks, Mrs. Garcia. Maybe later. We're kind of busy right now.
I see. Well, it will be here waiting for you when you solve whatever it is you're working on. Just remember, I can only hold it for 1 week.
Hi, Troy. We were wondering what you were listening to.
What? What? Wait, let me take these headphones off.
Thanks. I said we were wondering what you were listening to.
Classical music. It's a Beethoven piece. I have a recital coming up next week. That's a concert given by music students. I really want to do well, so I listen to the same music I'll be playing, and I picture myself playing it.
What instrument do you play?
The violin.
Neat. I think violins are beautiful. I'd like to see you play sometime.
Then come to the recital. I can't play anything for you now, because my violin is in the Richview music shop at the mall. What bad luck! The chin rest on my violin came loose while I was practicing, the week before my recital. That's why I'm listening to these recordings. It's the next best thing to practicing.
Let's use the index to find recent articles containing the word violin. I think I hear some violin music here in the park. Let's investigate.
Hi guys, you two gonna hang out in the park today?
Actually, we've been thinking about taking violin lessons. We heard the violin music, so we wandered over.
That's so? Well, Kathy Bragg is here with her violin. Maybe you can get her to give you lessons after the big recital next week. Speaking of which, I have to go practice the piano myself. We're all under a lot of pressure to play well at the recital. Did you know the recruiter from Juilliard will be in the audience? That's the most famous music school in the United States. Playing at this recital is like having a scout from the major leagues watch you play baseball.
Oh, hi, Jennifer. What are you guys up to today?
Oh, not much. We heard some nice violin music. Was that you playing?
No, yes. A while ago it was me. I was practicing on my violin, but now I have to go study. I'm pretty busy these days.
Your violin sounded different than some of the ones I've heard, kind of like it was being played on a super good stereo. Is it an old violin? Can we see it?
My mom got me a brand new violin when I started playing about 4 years ago. It's the only one I own. It's nothing special to look at. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go.
We haven't found the vanishing violin, but I think we've figured out who may have taken it. Which 5 clues do you think best prove our case? Great! Now who do you suspect of taking the violin? Yes, Kathy Bragg took the violin from Brass Monkey Antiques, and you can prove it. Let's check the evidence. The thief took nothing but the violin, not even money. That told us the thief wanted the violin for its wonderful sound, not its value in cash. We noticed something Chief Barnes had overlooked. Ms. Scherzo's hand could never have reached through the small hole in the broken window at Brass Monkey Antiques. Even without examining her violin, that cleared Ms. Scherzo. We learned that several music students were practicing hard for a recital that will take place next week. A recruiter from the most famous music school in the country is going to be in the audience. That's a lot of pressure. At the mall, we saw 2 broken violins at the Richview music shop. Both belonged to music students who were going to play in the recital. This meant they wouldn't be able to practice. Troy Nguyen was doing the next best thing, listening to music at the library. But when we went to Taylor Park, we heard Kathy Bragg practicing on a violin. She said it was hers, but she wouldn't let us see it. She didn't know we'd discovered that her violin was broken and hanging in the Richview music shop.